Well, do you know why you're here? The judge asks Cuddy Wobbles and says nothing. Getting impatient, the judge shouts, "For drinking whiskey!" So Cuddy stares at him in disbelief. Finally, he says, "Well, okay, let's get started." Ha! We can tell you've got a losing hand when you start telling stories. It was a joke, not a story. I'm trying to cheer myself up. It's only called a joke if it's funny. If I may intrude, what's their story? Who, the Savoys? Why the sudden interest? If I'm to be working with them long-term, perhaps it would behoove me to know something about them. I'd ask them myself, but I can scarcely decipher what they're saying. Well, that's because we dredged them up out of the bayous. They'd been prowling around hijacking consignments coming upriver from New Orleans. More than once they'd show up out of nowhere, scared the holy bejesus out of our boys, and made off with our cargo. Frustrating as all heck, but darned if they weren't good at it. Well, as it turned out, they were working for some no-name backwoods operation. So rather than risk getting a bunch of people killed trying to chase them down, we set about acquiring them for ourselves. Since then, they've been putting their tricks to use, sweeping the paths clear for our runners. And they've made pretty efficient work of it. A little cutthroat, perhaps, but there aren't many parties eager to contend with us anymore for the better spirits flowing into this place. It's become difficult to keep them busy some nights, in fact, but that allows us to focus some attention on other ventures. That, my swarthy friend, is why they're doubling as your accompaniment lately. Excuse me, those rubes are still lingering about the lobby, Mr. Sweet. I figure they'd have given up by now, but they're demanding to see you before midnight. Why's that? Do pumpkins turn into pumpkins after midnight? I don't know, but they're starting to get rowdy. You want us to toss them out? Nah, my friends have robbed me of all my chips anyhow. If it'll prevent a rumpus, I'll meet, what's-his-face? The angry one, in my office. And my shadow is 2 steps ahead of me. Since we're on the topic of my cohorts, I wanted to discuss our agenda. I prefer knowing in advance what's next. I don't know any sooner than you do. Night manager means little more than messenger in this case, I'm afraid. Are we at least going in a particular order? I know you like order, but the order here is of a somewhat bureaucratic nature. An unfortunate side effect of the growth and success of any establishment, no? And while we was putting that fire out, they set the cars on fire, and one of them blew up, and the other tore the fence all up and crashed through the house while it was still burning. So the whole house burned up and collapsed, and they nearly run me down to my own flaming truck and hit the barn with it and drove through the still, and then the barn caught on fire.
Nut zipper?
And then exploded, and the pigs
No,
went
thank
and
you.
running off, and... Well, my deepest sympathies regarding the loss of your pigs and trucks and whatnot. But I don't recall settling your moonshiner disputes ever being part of our little arrangement. It don't matter, you owe us. You've been using our livestock and haven't paid a lick for it yet. Matter of fact, that one next to you there was by just the other night in the car with them fellas all hatcheted up and... Hatcheted up? Ha! You fell for the hatchet joke? What's the matter with you? No one falls for that. I didn't realize it was some sort of tradition around here. Tell me, did you arrange the pieces in, alphabetical order? Well, A is for amygdala, Mr. Sweet. It's a shame Mr. Heller missed his calling on the vaudeville circuit, isn't it? He has other talents, though, which he's used recently to procure some wares for us in good faith. We have a surplus, so perhaps we can be of some very indirect assistance.
Well, it's been a pleasure doing business with you, Captain Kehoe. Honest to goodness, you're a real peach. You seem a little surprised to see me again, actually. But you'll be seeing plenty more. I'm afraid your other clientele have gone out of business. Forcibly. In a blaze of glory. But that's just how a free black market works, isn't it? Besides, what sort of heretic would I be if I let Lady Dionysus down? For she keeps the contumacious key to our sanctuary underground, and retains the shady sanctity of the royal rye and barley crown. We knaves partake knave-errant trials to bring her bottled offerings. It's our privilege going drastic miles to aid in her administerings of mercy metered in tumbler vials. Yet further she's commensurate with her distiller's charity. Her very aura is an opiate. The electric fever remedy to be meadow-sweet inebriate is to breathe her smoke felicity. Still, I could otherwise proselytize about the gong sound of her look, about the moonshine potent sighs, and the warm narcotic of
You drive from inside the truck.
Right, sorry. Miss M's done a lot for me, you know? I just get a little, sentimental with her being in a vulnerable spot these days.
Vulnerable as like bear trap.
Like a bear trap?
Yeah, like a bear trap. In a box full of bunnies.
In a bunny box? I have no idea what you're talking about, but that's pretty good alliteration.
That's where you're going.
I bet you could have been a poet. I'll be back with some individuals of a less noodly constitution to help carry everything downstairs.
The lights just went out. You think they seen us coming? I don't care. Just how we gonna get in? Now what? I can't see my hand in front of my own face. Someone look for the darn light switch. I think I found it over here.
Ugh! Where'd that come from? What was that?
Quit wasting rounds shooting at the dark.
Well, we're not gonna accomplish nothing standing here like a bunch of dazed turkeys.
Shh, everyone keep moving. They're hiding 'cause we got 'em outgunned. There! Couldn't have missed. Success and glory are in the adventure. Emery, shoot! I can't hardly see what's what. Avery!